What's up, JEFusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to another video. And this time, I would like to talk about my favorite Tokusatsu show of 2021. Now, as you may know from this channel, we do post different stuff, but for the vast majority of this channel, a huge chunk of this channel is basically dedicated to Tokusatsu. And before I begin, by the way, just a side track here. If you notice that I kind of have like an orange tinge in this video, it's actually because I'm using a heat lamp and that light is beaming in front of my, beaming right into my face, because it is winter. I mean, if you guys have seen my previous video where I was out in the snow, well, yeah, it is winter and I need that extra heat. Okay, so now that sidetrack is finished, okay, let's get back to the main topic. So, for this video, I'm going to talk about uh, my favorite tokusatsu show that aired in 2021. Now, it can be a tokusatsu that started in 2020, but as long as it had episodes airing in 2021, I will count that for this video. And you it could be a tokusatsu show, like I said, that started in 2020 but ended in 2021. So as long as it fits, it counts. Okay, so right now, I believe there could be 5 choices for this video. So the two that I'm going to mention first are those that had episodes, or they started in 2020 but ended in 2021. So these two shows are Machine Sentai Kira Major and Kamen Rider Saber. Okay, so those two, uh, again, I see or we've seen in 2020 but ended in 2021. So the shows that are airing or that were airing in 2021 at least, and then maybe continuing to this day. So we have Ultraman Trigger, Kamen Rider Revice, and Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger. So there are basically 5. Now, which one of these 5 tokusatsu shows is my personal favorite for 2021? So drumroll please. Kamen Rider Saber. So you can actually see the light reflecting off of this guy. Yeah, that's the heat lamp that I'm using. So apologies for that. There we go. You can see my reflection too. So yeah, I'm using the SHF as an illustration again. Very reliable. So yeah, Kamen Rider Saber, my favorite tokusatsu of 2021. And actually, I could say that Kamen Rider Saber is my favorite Kamen Rider, uh, at least for the Deiwa era. But I could say he's also one of my favorite of all time, or one of my favorites of all time, if not my favorite Kamen Rider so far. So why is Kamen Rider Saber my favorite? Now, I would say, uh, okay, there are 2 main reasons basically. Like this, I'm gonna start with the shallowest reasons why I like Kamen Rider Saber. If you're new to this channel, hi, by the way, and welcome. Uh, so, to those who don't know, so that's why I'm talking to the new subscribers. Hello again. So, my favorite color is red. Kamen Rider Saber is basically a red Kamen Rider. Sure, he has, uh, some black and white dispersed in there, but mainly his color is red. I mean, it's the one that stands out very much. Number 2, I love swords and swordsmanship, and Kamen Rider Saber is a swordsman with a sword. So those two reasons, they automatically make him my favorite Kamen Rider. Although, yeah, there are some other red colored Kamen Riders with swords, basically, like just for illustration. So we have here Kamen Rider Ryuki. So they're both red Kamen Riders. They both have swords, and another coincidence is that they are dragons. But yeah, Kamen Rider Saber has a lot more swordsmanship. He is more swordsman than Ryuki. That's why. So yeah. So okay, those were just some too shallow reasons, but again, those are true. I love the color red, and I love swordsmanship. So there we go. I already uh, have two reasons. So let's get deeper into why I love Kamen Rider Saber and why it's my favorite of 2021. So first of all is the vast array of characters with varying personalities. Like, there's not one single character that or there are no two characters with basically the same kind of personality. Well, I guess we could exempt the Shindai siblings because they were siblings and they were raised together, so they basically have very close or similar personalities, but they do show their differences from for actually quite for quite a lot of their appearances. So uh, you already have that. Now, again, each character has a very interesting personality that adds more color to the story. Now, let's take, for example, the main protagonist, Toma. So, as Kamen Rider Saber, Toma sometimes shows moments of goofiness and humor, but other times he does show a more brooding side. But he is uh, he is completely neither. So again, there is a balance actually with Toma's personality. Again, he sometimes has a goofy side. He sometimes has a more serious side. But again, it's played, I think, in moderation, and those moments are kind of interspersed, so that's why you have a good balance. Let's say compared to uh, Aruto from the previous season. Compared to Aruto of Kamen Rider Zero One, he is mostly portrayed as a goofy character. Well, I guess that being, because he started as a comedian. I mean, he was a comedian before he became a Kamen Rider, and he wants to make everyone laugh. So you have those moments, but again, he especially in the zero or the arc one episodes, he has this sudden shift to madness, basically, and even in the movie he does that. But Toma does not have those moments where he is, basically so mad and insane that he goes bonkers. He goes totally bonkers. No, he doesn't have that. Other characters do. Let's say, for example, Den, who is so focused on becoming strong. He basically was kind of an antagonist, like not necessarily a bad guy, but he was dumb. He was so obsessed with becoming strong, it made him dumb. And let's say Kento, who uh, upon becoming Kamen Rider Caliber a bit later in the show, so he suddenly has this messiah complex, although he does have a reason which explains it, but uh, however, when we talk about madness, like there's one character that comes to my mind that is just perfect for that role. Master Logos, aka Kamen Rider Solomon. Like, he appears to be calm at first. He uh, as basically the master and overall the leader of the Sword of Logos. He appears to be calm and wise, but his bits of megalomania start coming out, and once it does come out, like, it's like this, right? So the moment he starts showing his signs of megalomania, like, whoosh, it just flies through the roof. But it's played in a gradual manner. No, he's not in one episode very wise and calm, and then the next episode he goes bad crap crazy. But again, it is dragged on for long enough just to see that change. And when he does change into his megalomaniac form, well, he goes all out megalomaniac. So yeah, and that's so even the villains are very, very interesting, with the likes of Zuos, and uh, Dejiel, and even uh, I guess my personal favorite amongst the Megiddo, uh, Disaster. So even the villains have interesting sides to them. So, or if we talk about like side characters like May or even Tassel, right? Characters who don't even transform into riders, although at least in the final Kamen Rider Saber stage show, uh, Tassel does become a Kamen Rider at least. Although May unfortunately never becomes a Kamen Rider, but even characters like them have their own impact on the story. Let's say May is basically the signature like goofball. Like, she is intended to be the comic relief. I guess that's why Toma himself doesn't necessarily have to be a comic relief. Although, again, like I said, he does show a funny side to him from time to time. But the May is definitely the goofball. So even someone like May, who again is basically intended for humor, when the situation requires it, even though she doesn't transform and fight, she has her own way of helping the Kamen Riders, which is very interesting. We rarely see support characters be support characters like that without the need to transform. Let me emphasize that. A side character who is reliable, even though, again, uh, without the need for combat, you know, without the necessity of transformation. She is perfect for that. Even uh, Tassel's, I guess Tassel isn't really allowed to interfere with the affairs of mankind in general, but when he does offer some really, really good advice to Toma, it counts, no matter how rare it could be. So, uh, the story of the show, it's a bit slow on earlier episodes, but like when you get past episode 13, that's when the show escalates. And I think that once it started escalating, that it started gripping me. It really had me wanting to see what's next. I think the reason why I didn't say Kamen Rider Revice yet is because it's still too early. Now, the pacing is quite similar, I would say. Like, yeah, uh, the episodes before 2021 ended. So in Kamen Rider Revise, we're again seeing the start of the show picking up pace. So I think they're going the similar route, or the pacing rather is becoming quite similar. But I'm hoping for Kamen Rider Revise that they could at least do the same. You know, but yeah, once we see Kamen Rider Revise again this year, 2022. So at the start, I'm really expecting them to ramp up the story, just like how Toei did for Kamen Rider Saber. So once the story picks up, it really got me hooked. Uh, I really wanted to see what's going to happen next. There is a lot of drama, and yeah, uh, I'm looking forward to at least seeing this applied to Revise as well. Of course, in its own unique way. But yeah, uh, I think that should be enough for the story. So yeah, those are just some reasons why I love Kamen Rider Saber so much. And really, if you haven't started watching Kamen Rider Saber yet, I highly recommend it to you. Again, like first 12 to 13 episodes, uh, probably you might need to bear with it. It's not gonna be that great, but again, after that, once you get past those, really, the excitement just goes way up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Uh, Please do like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. Hey, let me know which Tokusatsu show is your favorite for 2021. So again, you can leave it down in the comments below. Is Kamen Rider Revise your favorite for 2021? That's fine. Even even though it's still early, is Zenkaiger your favorite for 2021? It's not yet finished, but we're very close to the end game at this point. Also, Ultraman Trigger, any Ultraman Trigger fans out there, or you are also into Saber or Kira Major. Again, as long as it aired, as long as it had episodes in 2021, please do leave in the comments. So, no shows that were like earlier, okay? So, yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.